Hi, my name's Michael and welcome to the Fuelcast. Every year, just before Easter, we look at the story of Palm Sunday. Jesus is riding from Bethany to Jerusalem. It is a 2-mile journey from Bethany to Jerusalem, and that's really important because when we read the story of the donkey and how Jesus sends his disciples to find this colt in a field, and how they say, well, if anyone asks, then the master needs it. This may be just a story of Jesus' prophetic insight, but actually it's probably something even more significant, an even more powerful story. Bethany is not an accidental place. It is the home of his good friends, Mary, Martha, Lazarus. It is the location of the tomb of Lazarus and that great miracle of Lazarus being raised from the dead. It is the place where he was anointed at the house of Simon. It is the place where he stayed whenever he visited Jerusalem. It is where he returns to after he's looked round the temple after Palm Sunday. It is the location of his ascension. Bethany was quite likely a leper town or an alms village on the edge of Jerusalem. The name literally means the house of the poor, which is significant because Jesus seemed to spend a lot of his time in the house of the poor. Jesus locates himself among the poorest. So when he needs a colt, he knows exactly where to find it. He probably even knew the owner of the colt. So when the disciples say the master needs it, the villagers knew exactly who they meant. I don't know about you, if you've ever tried to book a B&B in Edinburgh during the festival season, you will know how difficult it is. So it may have been that when Jesus went to the big festivals, it was easier to find a place 2 miles outside Jerusalem. But I think that Jesus went there very deliberately. And he would have found himself there because he wanted to be amongst the poorest in his world. Jesus doesn't come just for the poor. He became the poor. He didn't just live with the marginalized, he lived in the margins. He doesn't have a home, and his income, his money, was support from a group of women, we are told in Luke. It is odd, therefore, that in our culture, most of our really, really large churches are found not in the poorest areas of our cities or our rural areas, but in the wealthier parts of a city or in the big market, larger towns. The places with the most need often have the least number of churches. If we truly understood the radical mission of Jesus, which we understand through the Greek word kenosis, then the biggest, most well-resourced, both in terms of staff, money, and building churches, would be in the areas of highest deprivation and the greatest need. Have a think about that for the moment. We often consider the church to be counter-cultural. But in this area, we are often very much culturally aligned. We need more people to live out that radical call to downward mobility that means not just doing what everyone else does, but living, working, and or worshipping among the poor. Next time you read a story of Jesus in Bethany, ask yourself this question. Where is your Bethany? Where is the Bethany that is 2 miles just down the road from you?